Yo, what's going on everybody? My name's Cast. Welcome back to another episode reaction of Haikyuu. Today I'm on season 4, episode 13. So in the last episode, we basically spent it watching the other teams qualify. Nakoma is through, Fukurodani is through. A lot of really good moments there, especially with like Bokuto. Bokuto is always a very, very enjoyable character to watch. Definitely one of my favorite characters that is not on Karasuno. He definitely has earned that spot for me, as well as Akashi. Very, very cool. But I think it's only fair to say that the most important character last episode and the most important interaction we had last episode was between Hoshiumi and Hinata. Hoshiumi did an interview where he talked a lot about his perspective on the game as being a short player, a player that can exceed Hinata's heights as far as jumping and everything like that. We got a really important interaction between the two. There weren't really actually that much direct words interchanged, but Hinata was inspired. A new fire was lit under him, and you can tell that spreaded right over to everybody else on the team. Kageyama got that smile on his face. It's a good feeling. It was very satisfying. I'm really excited to see what comes next because Hinata, I think, is on a little bit of a high right now. Being here at Nationals, being so inspired, there's a really good chance that a lot of awesome things can come out of this. And so yeah, with all that behind us, we are now on to the next stage of Nationals. 40 teams have been eliminated. We are now moving on to the next game, and I can only imagine how intense this one's gonna be. If you want to see my reactions to the next episodes right now, they are over on my Patreon. Season 4, episode 14 will be available on the Soul tier, and episodes past that, shown right over here, are available on the Ascended tier. Those reactions are also extended length, meaning that you get more reaction and more discussion to go along with each and every video. Alright, let's get into it. Oh, that's right, we also had that after credits scene with her and Tanaka. Maybe a little bit of a romance subplot, that'd be kind of cool. My boy Tanaka deserves it, for sure. Is he gonna stand up for her? He's always been the exact same way. I love it. Oh, so Tanaka was the one that actually introduced her to volleyball? Is that what I'm getting from this? Seems like the first time she's ever seen the court. That's actually super awesome, considering how talented and how exceptional her team is. Yeah, I would say. Although, it is possible those feelings could get a little bit conflated. She might just really be thankful and respect him. Who knows? Maybe that's how he always saw it. Yeah, this is a new feeling. Is it the same? It's kind of not the same. Reborn. Enoshida's like, hey, don't shoot the messenger, man. I just call it how I see it. Episode 13, the second day of the Nationals. Definitely. Made it through the first round. Not everybody can say that. It's gonna be rough. The second place team in Arizaki. Right, Atsumu's team. Wow. The favorites to win the whole thing. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this isn't going to be like the one-man Ushiwaka show. Not that it ever was, but it was kind of felt that way. But this might be a very balanced team. Gotcha. That's a Suki of the team a little bit. So, the first guy was the ace, perhaps? And then the setter. So you don't know which one. Damn. Well, if Hoshiumi is a person that Hinata is going to look up to, maybe Atsumu will be somebody that Kageyama looks up to. Basically the pinnacle of setting. Yeah, that's not good, but yeah, it does mean that. It means if you beat them, then basically you're the dark horse of the tournament. You might have the whole chance to win it all. Itachiyama. Yes. Easier said than done. I don't know if I would say they're confident. I would say that they don't think about defeat. There's a little bit of a difference there. No point in doing it. They're not wrong for it. We're gonna get a moment with the third years. This is their last tournament, whether they like it or not. It's sad to think about, man. Mentally tough. I'm kind of worried that he'll be distracted during the match because of this situation. I could see that happening. His mind might be other places. Understandably, to be fair. You know, considering he doesn't have very much practice actually talking to women, considering it's pretty much one way usually, he's not doing too bad of a job. Or at least he's keeping his cool. You ruined it. She heard that. Oh no, she didn't. Oh wait, is that her boyfriend? What's going on there? This is just shitty boy. This is his perspective, or he got led on? That's not even. Who are you? Identify yourself, please. Oh no. It's her brother? Damn, he really did have a chance too. You can't give up off that. Come on. He was setting denying her, so. Kyoko's just got the iron grip on his heart. Maybe it'll work out for him with Kyoko. Hopefully it does, because if not, ouch. Yeah, these guys are intimidating for sure. They're huge. This, I'm just getting the idea that this isn't a team you can like pull one over on. His twin brother. Excuse me. There's two of them? He manifested another one of himself just to play volleyball. He really is very skilled. Osamu and Atsumu, that was their names? Okay. What position is he? Is he like the excellent wing spiker or something? He looked at Kageyama and Hinata and he said, you know what? I don't have one of those. I don't have someone to hit all my sets, so you know what? I'm just gonna clone myself. It's just like Kageyama said in season 1, if possible, I would both set and spike. Looks like Atsumu found a way to do it. That's funny. How did they like not know that going into this, by the way? How did they not know his twin brother? I mean, I guess Sugawara did. Suga did, but seems like a big oversight, right? 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 True. Probably. Maybe. Maybe. Wow, not only did he introduce her to volleyball, but he helped her get a lot better too. Gave it the good mindset. That was not very profound advice though, I'll be honest. Well, well, well. We meet often. There you go. Oh, it's a cousin, okay. Yep. Yep. That's a nice thing to say. I like that. That is so sick. A new star rising. Okay. I was a little bit concerned that maybe his mind would be in other places, but I think that refocused him in a really positive, healthy way. Speaking of positive, healthy ways and refocusing, how are you gonna handle this, Hinata? After that Hoshiyumi interaction. He's obviously pumped up, but hopefully not too much. Sorry about that. He might not have the same perspective, considering Hoshiumi, though. We'll take that. Alternate uniforms. Why alternate? Are they, is the other team, because their other team's, black? Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Interesting that we get a color switch. Yeah, definitely. He's got a fan club too? He really is just like Oikawa. You know, I can see why Kageyama wants to be a setter now. Every setter that he ends up looking up to has like a harem of girls in the stands moaning and screaming his name constantly. I see why he says the setter is the coolest position now. It's starting to add up because you don't see that with anybody else. I don't think anybody else has fangirls like that. I see what he's after. Different from Itachiyama. Interesting. How so, I wonder? You gotta show him. Yeah. Daichi has this like spiteful side of him, which is funny because he's normally so level-headed. Alright. Let's see it. I guess we're gonna start this episode. I think we still have a bit of time left. Okay, this is just too much. It's too much. It's too much. Relax. Go home. You're not being paid for this. Leave. Who do you... This guy's conducting. That's just obnoxious. Alright. We can't even hear you. Hello? Thank you. I'm nervous, man. I feel like we have to win this, right? Like, let me just say that now before it even starts. I feel like Karasuno has to win, but I don't know. What? That was sick. Yeah, so what is Osamu's positioning? Are they just interchangeable? They're both setter spikers? I mean, it's obvious that they're a pretty large reserve of talent, so they're probably not going to be lacking in any department. But I'm trying to figure out the dynamics here, as I'm sure the Karasuno players are as well. I'm nervous too. I really am. It's just anime. Relax, okay? But man, I can't even imagine being in this position after all they've gone through. I'm so ready for Kageyama to bring out the best in everybody, especially against Atsumu. Come out as the supreme setter in the situation. That'd be so cool. Oh. Okay. Cringe. Damn! Okay. Why'd he say uh-oh? Yeah, they didn't even move. That's kinda... You know, when I said he had a crazy side, that also kind of doubled it. That counts. That counts. Yeah, I was expecting something like that. There's no way you have him doing your voice acting if your character isn't like that at all. If your character has no emotion. Wow, that's intense. That's very intense. While on one hand, I can completely understand not wanting to have your focus interrupted if you're very heavily focused, but at the same time, why have this entire crowd out here? Why have your fangirls? Why even compete on a large-scale national gym if you don't like the crowds? Listen, that's part of the game, is what I'm trying to say. If you don't like it, too bad. Learn to live with it. So what does this focused one look like? Out. Fortunately. Not that they would have done anything about that if it was in. Considering nobody reacted to those two, that's kind of scary. Oh, hell nah, man. Is that allowed? That's allowed? I didn't think that was allowed. I thought you could get thrown out for doing that. Maybe not in Japan, I guess. Okay, this is mental battle here. Okay, the speed. Look how excited he is. Well, you gotta hit the ball, Hinata. You can't just jump. How? That doesn't make sense. How do you forget? Wow. Yeah, Mia sees it for what it is. Yeah, adds up if you really think about it. That's a first though. Not anymore. Yeah, I know, it's true. Very cool imagery as well at the end there. All right, wow. All right, so we didn't get too far into it, but I think it was just kind of showpiecing that this is going to be a very intense, fast, dangerous match with a lot of very, very talented people. I'm gonna make a bold statement straight off the bat and say that this might actually have the most potential of any match we've seen in the series thus far as intensity. I don't know if it's actually gonna go that far because the stakes, while the stakes are obviously high, it's nationals, can't be understated. Stakes are technically higher than they've ever been, but it hasn't been that like breakneck moment against Seijo or Shiratorizawa. I think those peaked at higher intensities, but I think that this could actually outdo those in some ways. It's just a bit of the situation is a little bit less because this isn't like a pre-established rival per se. The point is though, everybody on this court is so insanely good that we are going to be seeing a new higher level of skill stealing than we've ever seen before. There's going to be less room for mistakes. There's going to be faster reactions, faster serves, faster sets. Everything is just going to go crazy. And I think that's actually going to be perfect because then it gives us some room somehow, if Karasuno wins this, whoever's next can even outdo that. There's just so much potential, and I don't really know what else to say besides that. There's just so much potential. How about that, man? Atsumu had a twin the entire time. What I'm trying to figure out in my head is, and I haven't really gotten a good answer for it yet, is what exactly are they going for with the twin? Like, are they trying to introduce some sort of dynamic that'll be a parallel to the characters on our team? I don't really know what it would be though, besides like maybe Hinata Kageyama, but obviously there's differences there. They're not related. They're not like lifelong friends or something that could be doubled as like a brotherly bond or something. I'm not exactly sure what they're going for here, so maybe it'll end up surprising me, which is kind of an exciting thought. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction, and I will see you next time. Take care.